What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Welcome back to another Coach Unchained video. Today video is all about fantasy football. If you're interested in joining a fantasy football league with Coach Unchained and from the AFN crew, let me know in the chat here when we start getting into it. But before we do that, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Make sure you share this content out and hit that like button as well, man. So this is what we got going on today. So we're going to talk about the top 50 draft choices that I think are, excuse me, that's possibly the first guys that are picked on this draft. So, and that's a list of 50 players, and I have them all that I think will be drafted early. So, without further ado, we're gonna get started on these names. All right, so bear with me. I'll keep the music real low. So, but yeah, there we go. First on the list, I'm gonna go all these names you got in here. So we're gonna talk about each one of these guys. You got Justin Jefferson, who's in my, taking probably be the first person picked in this fantasy draft of all teams. And you can even say the same thing for the next guy, Christian McCaffrey. Those guys are 1-2, 1A, 1B, what you want to call it, that's getting picked in this upcoming fantasy season. Justin Jefferson is going to give you probably the most points of everybody that's in here. Well, as long as he stays healthy. Christian McCaffrey is going to give you points early, but his whole point system been based on if he can stay healthy. And those are my first two players. I'm sorry, I said people. They are people, but two players that I think are going to be the hot commodities. They 1A, 1B for me. Then you come down to the next person who can go in the first round. Second, third, and fourth picks. So point-wise, Austin Eckler has a higher ceiling than Jamar does, as in point-wise. But Jamar Chase is going to give you a lot of points too. As long as Joe Burrow's healthy, Jamar Chase can thrive. So right now with what's that kid name? The quarterback, Joe Burrow being down, Chase still probably get picked up first round, but it's going to be one of those things. Let's wait and see how Joe Burrow gets back. So that's the main thing about Jamar Chase. But I will pick him. He's one of my top 50 players. And then we come down to the next line of guys here. Still first round picks, in a 10-player. And this is based on a 10-player league. All right. This is a 10-player league that I'm going this area. This is like first round guys that I'm looking at in this draft. So you got Kelsey. Kelsey is a first rounder, but I think he can skip to the second round. Tight ends don't usually go first round that often, but they do. Kelsey is one of those guys that you're gonna like him or you're not gonna like him, but he's gonna give you a point. He's gonna grind it out, and he's gonna score a lot of points for you. So he's one of the highest scoring tight ends I want to say in as fantasy wise ever. So Kelsey is a good first round pick if you're going tight end that way. But I wouldn't go tight end that early. So that's on anybody else. But yeah, but I think because of his popularity, he will be a first round pick. Then we got Jonathan Taylor. Kid asked for a trade already. Do he play this year? Did they try to trade him this year? Wherever he goes, he's going to be a first round pick. People will pick him up, sit him on the bench. If he decides to play, you know he's there. You can always bring him, up to the top. So Jonathan Taylor is another first round pick. However, like I said, if he don't play this year, you wasted a pick. But I think he will play. So Travis Kelce, Jonathan Taylor, you're a fourth, fifth pick type person in this draft. So now we come down to Saquon Barkley, who's going to probably go, first round. He's a point getter too. So Saquon Barkley is your next player. Then we got Cooper Kupp, who also I like seeing in the first round. He's a point producer, and he's going to be good for whoever picks him up in the first round. And Tyreek Hill, he's going to give you points as long as he gets the ball. But this could have went anyway to me. I would have picked Jaden Waddle over Tyreek Hill because of the amount of targets he get. I think Jaden Waddle would get more targets than Tyreek Hill, but Tyreek Hill's one of those guys that can give you 2 touchdowns in a blink going 80 yards. So he getting the yardage plus he gets the points. So he can give you a lot of points that way. So that's, like I said, Tyreek Hill's the first round pick. So I agree with that. But then we come down to the next young man here, Bijan Robinson. Bijan Robinson is the only rookie who I see going in the first round this year. Maybe the first 2 rounds, I think, maybe. So he's a once in a lifetime pro prospect. Well, he's not a prospect anymore, but he's a once in a lifetime. And somebody said earlier in one of my chats that he's generational. You watch this guy is going to be very incredible. But as far as fantasy points, he's going to get you some, but I'm not sure he's going to lead the team in fantasy points. I don't know. I don't know how many yards he's going to carry the ball carrying. Don't know how many yards he's going to have receiving, but he's going to give you some points. So Bijan's a good pick in the first round, and I'm happy that the young man got in his first round. So, but yeah, this is a quiet thing, man. This is not going to be all day. This is I'm just going over this top 50 players. So there's no questions in the chat because I have nobody in here watching right now, but I'm going to do this video. So let's go to the next slide. The next slide is your second round probable picks. All right. And like I said, this is a PPR league, so you got pass per reception. So you're going to have a lot more running back, a lot more wide receivers drafted earlier than you will have running back. So in this draft here, one of the first picks in the first round, or second round, I can see Nick Chubb, Stephon Diggs, CeeDee Lamb, Josh Jacobs, Devontae Adams, Patrick Mahomes, Ramondre Stevens, which is a stretch for me, but I think he's the first one because he's going to give you a lot of points. A.J. Brown, second round, yes, I can see that. Amara St. Brown, another second round pick. And Tony Pollard. The only thing bad about Tony Pollard going this early, but like I said, this is based on more than one pick and what most people, or what more, even some of the experts are saying, are the people that are getting picked these rounds. So with that being said, man, these are my second round people right here. Nick Chubb can be a first rounder. Myself, I would pick a Nick Chubb over a Jonathan Taylor. That's just me personally. So Nick Chubb can actually be a first rounder in some books, but like I said, these are the consensus of what most of the people are saying and what they're showing on the different draft boards and stuff. Devontae Adams, is he better? Well, I'm sure he's better than some of these people. Um, yeah, I can see him over Bijan in this case, Devontae. But then again, who's throwing the ball to him? You got to look at, like I said, fantasy is based on how many points you get. It ain't based on your popularity. It's based on your points. Arama St. John, he had a lot of points last year. Tony had some points. A.J. Brown put up a lot of points. But you're looking at Patrick Mahomes. Usually when you see a tight end drafted early, like a Kelsey, 9 out of 10 times, that same person is going to probably bank on Pat Mahomes. So that's what's going on there. So you can see a Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelsey on the same, getting drafted by the same person. And like I said, I'm going to fill my roster with probably a wide receiver. Then I go wide receiver, running back, wide receiver, running back. Then I probably go quarterback. Depends on how I'm looking. But if I see another good skill position player, he's going to get picked up. But these are your second round people right here. And like I said, it gets better. You probably have some people you probably pick up in the first round, even the third round. Now, this right here is going to be a mixture of everything. I didn't change the 8. But anyway, you got Jarrett Wilson from the Jets. Jalen Waddle, who I could have put in the first round too, over Tyreek Hill and had Tyreek. Well, I could have had both of them in the first round, but Jalen Waddle is going to be the guy to get all the targets and the catches out here. And Derrick Henry still has, treads on this tire. Until he don't, Derrick Henry will still be a top 50 player in fantasy. So then you got Chris Olave down in New Orleans. But do he have the quarterback to throw the ball? Yeah, I'd say Derek Carr is a step up from Andy Dalton. And maybe just a little bit better than Jameis Winston. Not much. They both like to throw the ball to the other player. However, Chris Olave, he did put up a lot of points last year for the Saints. And I can see him being in the top 50 players. Like I said, this is based on popularity. This fantasy is based on popularity and supposed to what they expect to happen from last year. But I'm going different routes. I go for points. I don't go for popularity. So I wouldn't not pick like Mark Andrews. I would have still wouldn't have got Kyle Pitts no matter what. How you look at it, I would have still got Kyle Pitts over Mark Andrews. I go Kelsey. I know Mark Andrews gives you points, but he's not blowing the fantasy doors off on tight end. So yeah, I think he was drafted a little higher than he needed to be. But people do that. But then you got T. Higgins, which is the other part of how Joe Burrow's going to be this year. If Joe Burrow's not doing ain't super healthy, T. Higgins is like a wasted pick too. So, and you got Breece Hall, running back. For the Jets, they're gonna need him. But still, he's drafted too high because I don't think he's no better. He has a name, but I don't think he's better than last year. That's just me. I could be wrong. I think they have the same type of work ethic. Breece just had a bigger name in college. Travis Etienne Jr. from the Jaguars. Yeah, he's okay. But there could be other running backs that's better than him. But according to the consensus out there, he's one of those guys that got a high rating for third round picks. Then we got Najee Harris. His Pittsburgh games pretty much goes through the run game. Najee just keep doing what he's doing. He's gonna be okay. It's a good pick spot for him. So that's like I said, there's a lot of running backs, there's a lot of wide receivers in this fantasy league. So it's all about the points that you want to win. It ain't about based on popularity, it's about points. Are you consistent in getting those points? And you got another quarterback, Josh Allen. I don't know why, like I said, I made it a small, but Josh Allen in the third round. I think you can push these quarterbacks back a little bit. Like you got Mahomes. The only person who really would pick Mahomes up there early is that you have Travis Kelce early. You want him to be throwing him the ball because that's double the points each time. So Josh Allen third round, I could have waited a whole nother round to get him, I think. Other than that.
Oh, no, they dicked me. Oh, they dicked me.
But anyway, let's go to this next set right here.
Oh yeah, they went in my face.
Call. All right. And here's on my fourth round picks. Fourth round picks are mostly receivers, rookies, and so on and so on. And this Devontae Smith kid, I can see Devontae Smith going a little earlier. So you got Devontae Smith, Philly, Joe Mixon from Cincy, Jamari Gibbs from Detroit. He's going to be interesting. Is he going to be the main running back? Because they do have another running back there. So he's going to be interesting. So it's a good pickup spot for him. If you're top 50, yeah. But based on what the consensus say, he's top 50 with that, so he's in the top 40 right there. So then you got Jalen Hurts, quarterback, Philly. Aaron Jones, running back, another running back, and DK Metcalf. And this one here is kind of intriguing. DK can go higher because DK going to give you 1,000 yards. But I don't think he catches many balls, but he gives them touchdowns too. So he could have went high. He could have been a third round guy. Over who? Over Mark Andrews for sure. Mark Andrews could have switched space with him, been in the same spot. So then you got Keenan Allen, Miles Sanders, and you got the probably comeback player of the year, Kevin Ridley, down in the Jaguar clan, and Amari Cooper. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 Alabama players going in the fourth round of the NFL fantasy draft. Amari just can't stay healthy. He's been on a lot of teams. For some reason, he just does not work out right. For some reason, plus the money. So That's the kicker on this 4th round group right here. So Devontae Smith, Joe Mixon, Jamari Gibbs, Jalen Hurts, Aaron Jones, DK Metcalf, Keenan Allen, Miles Sanders, Kevin Ridley, and Amari Cooper. Those are my 4th round top 50 players. So you can, like I said, these whole 50 guys, they will be drafted within the first 50 players in the 10-round pool, draft pool. So, and let's get to this final group, which is the top 50 players here. All right. Don't shoot the messenger. This is just what it says. Deebo Samuel from San Fran. Lamar Jackson. Everybody's wanting the kid. George Kittle. Kenneth Walker III. J.K. Dobbins. DeAndre Hopkins. DJ Moore. Don't know where he comes from, but yeah, he's in Carolina. I don't see that. But anyway, T.J. Hackerson, another tight end. Chris Godwin could be higher. He can be a 3rd round pick. He's consistent. And Terry McLaurin. Out of all these guys right here, the most protected person out of this group is going to probably be Chris Godwin. Kenneth Walker, who is hurt now. Terry McLaurin, he's always consistent. So 2 tight ends. So that's like 5 tight ends in the top 50. Is T.J. Hackerson better than Kyle Pitts? Only he hasn't been picked yet because they think Dez is not going to be able to get the ball. But that's for here or there. So we will see when the season starts. But yeah, right now, that's our top 50 players that I have in this fantasy talk we're talking about today. Okay, there's no question. There's nobody in the chat asking questions, so it's almost impossible to do any questions. So, but I just want to get those top 50 out, man. So I'm gonna be doing another show, so just stay tuned. But I'm gonna put my top 5 of each position out pretty soon. So just stay with me. We'll be okay. But yeah, man. It's just been a quick show. Talk about the top 50 fantasy players that I have. So with that being said, man, subscribe, like, and share this content out. And let people know about it. If you got more questions, put them in the chat. Or put them in the comment box. So it's been a quick Coach Unchained fantasy football talk. So appreciate everybody who joined in here today. And see you guys tomorrow on the regular show. Peace.